Fusion will absolutely have the advantage. Faster Primal Rage. Environmental kills will be possible.
Oh, Boombox back on the stage already. Spamming out with these left and right clicks, looking for a target. Going to be able to get too much damage weaved in here at the moment, but Guido is just going to be neck and neck with him, so seems to be going about the same for both of these Zenyatas thus far. Not really committing to anything so far, just going to be on opposite sides at the point. Sato goes forward, gets that Zarya bubble, so he tries to stay alive and in the mix of things. The cap nearly comes through for the Philadelphia Fusion. They work their way back in, Justice inching their way forward, getting tagged up every time they try to step onto the point, so taking this one very slowly. Diving in the back now, going to be coming through from Sato, looking to disrupt the Justice as the cap gets ready to roll in for the Fusion at long last. Will be able to lock this one down, but Justice, can they turn this around? Poco's going to be knocked out of the mech. Guido coming up with that one. The Baby Diva going lower, and Otto will be able to follow up for the kill. Takes him out. Now Guido gets rid of Boombox. Says, welcome back. Hope you're feeling better.
It's going to be a flip for sure. The question is, how long can they hold it? Not much longer.
Yeah, it seems like will just be the fast flip coming through. Carpe going to be the last one picked off as Corey gets a double there on the back end.
The two players I want everyone to focus on here are Sato and Carpe. Sato having a bit of a struggle, got bubbled early in that fight, was forced away, had to return. He only built 70%. However, Carpe's got a grab here. He did more damage in that fight than Corey did. He's going to return here with this opportunity to set up a fight. If it fails, though, it's looking really bad for Fusion. That's their biggest tool right now. And they're already being gate-kept out here. Nice high ground control by the Justice, not fighting on the point, but in fact, preventing Fusion from entering.
Well, Sato going to go into the back line again. Poco going low, will get top back up. Grab's going to be coming through. Carpe locking him up. Corey going to be responding with one of his own, but the Transcendences are out to keep everybody alive. Justice still in control of the point, moving up to 35%. Two major support ultimates going to be used. No grabs left to go. Now Fusion, how do they engineer a flip here? That's the question. Shatter going to be coming down, but it catches no one, and Giannis instantly going to be eliminated. Guido under some fire, gets that sound barrier shield to come through to help him stay alive through the primal rage, but it doesn't matter. The focus fire is there, and he will get punished. Bomb from Sansum, not going to be able to find anything, makes it back into the mech right as Giannis gets ready to rejoin in with the rest of the squad, but they're still under fire. They're maintaining control of the point, but it seems like Fusion are winning in the long term here and will be able to get the flip.
Giannis thought that Shatter was going to be... he took an opportunistic Shatter after the leap in from Sato, knowing there wouldn't be any bubble to counteract where it would hit, but it was a big fail. Shatter did not actually connect the way he wanted it to, and then Sato was able to, through that primal rage, zone everybody out, cut the team in half. Carpe builds tons of energy. He's got another grab online for this defending fight. They're also going to do the same high ground approach to defend. Washington Justice takes this inside doorway now to get onto the point.
Building up that energy very rapidly there, but pinned into the wall with the grab. Fozik's going to be taken down by the bomb. That's just going to be a cleanly won fight for the Fusion.
The problem with taking this pathway to get to the point is, sure, you're going to be safe from damage during that moment where they have that high ground control and they're firing upon you. You're safe there, but when you go to exit, your opponent knows exactly where you're going, where you're going to be. Super easy to get cut off there, and that's exactly what the Fusion did. They just dropped down and ripped them apart. Now, ult advantage still maintained here for the Fusion. Boombox doesn't have a trance, though. That's the one thing they're missing. He's got it now.
Yeah, Guido under some fire. Grab going to be coming down, locking up the front line. Poco going to be eliminated. Now they get rid of Sato. This is going to be the go button here. Washington Justice working their way over onto the point. Corey still not building up that much energy, but weaving in damage with a right click, just trying to get that next grab online. In the meantime, the flip will be there.
Overextension from the tank line there. Sato and Poco out in the front, get caught and grabbed, and even though Boombox did have his trance ready for that moment, he wasn't in position, he couldn't get there in time. He still holds it.
Rallies after EQO, armoring up everybody. Guido hanging onto that Transcendence, doesn't want to have to use it yet. Bomb from Sansum looking for a pickoff, goes in the back, doesn't find anything. Boombox is going to be popping the trance. Justice in the lead at the moment, 85% rolling through. As Fusion tries to make their way onto the point, but Sato in the front line taking so much damage, has to kite his way back. Top back up before he can rejoin. The Primal Rage still a ways away, 60% left to go on that. Jumps into the back line, trying to find Fozix there perhaps. Takes that Lucio low, but cannot kill him off yet. OT getting ready to come through. The Shatter going to be dropped in from Giannis. Locked up right now. In the grab are the Justice, but they answer back with one of their own. Bombs out from Poco looking for a pick, but he doesn't find anything. Instead, his two members gone. No one gets onto the point, and the Justice will take the first round on Ilios.
Absolute control at the moment to the Justice. Their tank line is overall fighting better in these these scrappy fights that you see on Ruins, where you see Sato leap in. He's alone. Poco can join him. Those are the two heroes that have mobility in this composition, but this is not a dive comp. It needs time for the supports to get in there to, be able to heal up, to be able to trance in those fights that go wrong when Corey's got the grab on the other side. This is something that I feel like Sato and Poco are not respecting. Had Poco got the, eat on the grab, for example, totally different story, but it doesn't happen that way. And Sato is once again going to start, it seems, here on the Winston. Will be a mirror this time on Well, as Reinhardt just doesn't have much charge ability when there's a hole there in the center.
Well, a great start for the Justice. Can they kick things off with a 2-0 on Ilios? So far, that cohesion that we were talking about before the match began seems like it's going to be there a little bit more compared to the Fusions. Again, it's going to be playing in and out of sightlines, trying to get some spam in from the Zenyatas. Dive into the back, now going to be coming through from Sato. Disconnects himself from the rest of the squad. They push inward. Indoors, manage to find the kills as Guido and Corey get taken down. They answer back on a Boombox, but they need so much more than that if the Justice is going to try to turn this one around, and they are not going to find it. Otto just going to be killed off here at the end, you would expect. And this first cap comes through for Philly.
Much different type of attack than what we normally see, or what we were just seeing on Ruins for the Fusion. Everyone was together. The targeting was really good there. They baited out the auto burst heal there onto Guido immediately, so the armor pack was already down. Target selection was good. Carpe, Poco, and Sato are all on the same page on the targets they're killing. They get that opening pick, and then you see Neptuno's there for the knockoffs, and it all just works like clockwork. This is a much cleaner Philly.
Pushing their way forward, rally to lead. Philly just looking to shut down Justice before they can make their way over onto the point. Sunsam going to be knocked out of that mech, delaying that self-destruct even longer. Should allow Philly to go ahead and maintain control for quite some time. They will finish off the pilot form D.Va.
This is huge. This is a massive advantage in every regard here for the Fusion, especially because Boombox is only 25% away from a trance. He's also got that armor from the rally still. Will slowly decay, but he has this ability to be aggressive, look for right clicks to finish it off. And Corey doesn't even have a grab yet. He's not even close to a grab. So there's so many different ways for Fusion to just take a fight in their style. They have different ways to engage. They can use Primal, they could use the grab. The world is their oyster right now.
Yeah, the grab difference probably going to be the most staggering, as the supports are keeping up quite nicely. Fozik's going to have the sound barrier online before Neptuno, it would seem at the moment. Bubbles coming through, Carpe surging that energy forward. Getting that damage in, waiting for an opportunity to throw out the Graviton Surge. Primal Rage going to be coming through, Giannis into the back, instantly melted down to half HP. Maybe trying to find a knockoff kill, but instead, it seems like he's just leaping up and down, getting some stomp damage, but nothing really meaningful. No one going in towards the well whatsoever. So free ult out from him. Sato's now going to be expiring. Grab straight in on Giannis as they try to kill him off. Transcendent's going to be in from Guido to keep him alive. Pokebomb comes down, not going to be able to find any picks. They answer back with a grab of their own. So far, not going to be able to find any kills, but they get the flip in all of the chaos. 90% for Philly Fusion, watching the Justice finally gain control.
Neptuno is such a threat here in the middle of the map. Great support ultimates by both of them. Him and Boombox together to survive through that grab.
Look at this, looking for the boom. Knocks Fozix down into the well, but he will be able to skirt around the inside, get himself back out to safety. He's already rejoined in with Guido, but Giannis gets taken down. Now they're starting to get the cap back in. Remember, it's 90% at the moment for the Fusion. Now Otto and Guido both going to get picked off. Carpe gets himself a double as Corey as well be taken down. Triple kill over to Carpe here with the Zarya. This guy is a madman. Finishes off the Baby D.Va in style. The flip comes in, and I don't know if Justice can do anything to stop this from ticking up.
And when we look at this map in particular versus Ruins, it's just such a shorter distance you're talking about. Here's the tag in from Giannis. He'll just instantly be deleted, though, as overtime ticks down. There's no way they flip this.
Transcendence going to have to be used by Guido. Try to keep him alive. Graviton Surge going to be coming through. Corey, even with the Transcendence healing, gets melted down. Boombox targeting him out. Comes up with that kill. They will shut them out. Final little extension in on the point from the Justice, but Poco, he shuts down Fozix. Sansam can't do anything with a half mech. It's going to be zipping in and out, but they'll boop him off. They'll take him down. And that OT will start to plummet. Keep little delays coming through for the Justice, but in the end, not going to be enough. So tied up 1-1 here on Ilios as the Fusion fire back.
The major difference for the Fusion in that last round was that they were playing over shorter distances when they were going for these attacks. I don't want to call them dives, but obviously when you see the Winston leap in, right, that's the moment where the attack is going to start. You're going to see that's how they are able to bait out ultimates or look for a pick to win the fight. And on Ruins, we're talking about a larger distance they have to traverse. So Sato and Poco are going very far forward to look for that type of attack. But on, as we were into Well, it's a much smaller area you're talking about. You can't even literally leap as far in a lot of the choke points they were fighting in. So in those moments, Philadelphia Fusion look way more coordinated because there's not this disconnect between the front line and the back line that needs to support it.
Well, Boombox Looking to see if they're going to be running the Pharah, but they don't spot anything yet.
Super smart play here just to check for it. And then, you know, if you get that kill, it's amazing. They are just going to be able to swap over. Unless this is something
see what the
really
comp
big
is going to be. Okay, so they're confirming. They're waiting to see what the enemy team is running. They see that it's going to be the 3-3 coming through.
Right.
Now we get the triple DPS coming through.
Carpe.
EQO on this Pharah, and Carpe going to be showing us the Ash.
Yes, this is so huge. Now, this is his main role, right, is range damage.
Guido already under fire. One more shot from Carpe would have finished him off. Pops back up the top. The shotgun blast going to be looking to weave in some of these shots, build up that bomb.
I don't know if they're doing enough damage, to be honest with you, Achilles. Okay, that's what you need.
There you go, EQO, he hurt you, Wolf. Says, all I can deliver on that. Takes out Guido. Hook under a little bit of fire, not going to be able to find the boop off here, but EQO gets some nice rockets into the back of Giannis, taking him lower and lower. Guido's going to be swapping over off the Zenyatta onto that Moira now to be a little bit more elusive. Massive pile driver in from Sato, but he's going to be taken down. Rockets, however, still flying through, and Philly Fusion work their way over onto the point as they look for this flip. Sound barrier comes out from Fozix, trying to keep him alive. QO going to get sunned up, taken down. Carpe getting closer to the bomb, but he needs this instantly. Throws out the bomb, but it's just going to be sitting right in front of the Ryan shield. They boop him back. He has no line of sight, and now this ult's going to be effectively worthless. EMP is going to be out. Boombox goes forward with the Transcendence, keeping everybody else topped up, but they need the kills to follow. Giannis managed to survive, now can raise that shield back up. Dynamite into the back, going to be denied away. Sansam finds that one with the D-Matrix yet again. Flip still not here. Barrage comes in from above. QO only gets one, then sends him, pushes forward, manages to take him down. All-out brawl coming through, but it's a Justice who come out on top.
Fusion should have swapped compositions earlier or regrouped before going for another attack with the EMP Barrage combo available. They didn't utilize it correctly. This is some of the best play we've seen from the Washington Justice. The Joshington Justice.
The Joshington Justice.
But some of the best play we've seen from them. Guido with the fast swap over to rejoin the point and have sustained healing to win that longer fight. Super smart decision making. Very patient play. Now they've got it for this choke, the Coalescence.
Yeah, they're just trying to win it right here. Make sure they can't even step over onto the point, and Sensem's going to find two with the bomb. Guido taking down Sato with the Coalescence. That's 4 members gone.
This is basically an unwinnable map when you swap that late because your opponents have better ults. They just can't touch this point. The Shatter comes through just to guarantee, and this is going to be a one map for the Justice. Absolutely nuts.
Just ensure that they cannot push forward onto the point to force out that OT. And the Justice will be able to take map 1. Ilios going their way. A fantastic start to this series for them. Can they keep that ball rolling,
That's
though?
the question. I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed with Fusion. They tried a new strategy, but did not swap.
Well, let's see how they step it up when we come back from the break with Hybrid.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, Washington Justice kicking things off with that 1-0 start. Got the victory on Ilios, but now we have to see if they can keep it rolling as we get ready to move into Hollywood.
Yeah, you know, it's the fusion. The strategy was cool. I really liked the idea there, but when they went into that scrappy fight, Guido swapping over it, which worked out so well because he died first, right? To that Moira made it so they could heal through all the crazy, you know, fight that it was going to ensue afterwards with Fusion constantly just running back to the point, trying to make the barrage work, trying to make the EMP work. It was a strategy that you could see working in another situation, but in this case, the execution left a lot to be desired, to be honest with you, Achilleos.
Oh, we have to see how they're going to adapt on the fly as we get ready to move through into Hollywood. Could just be the 3-3 coming out again. Try to take them down in that regard, but maybe they want to play some more extravagant picks here. Maybe bring back that Ashe for Carpe.
Yeah, and this is where you're going to see a lot of Neptuno shine as well in the Lucio, especially when you get past A. There's a lot of different terrain for him to set up the, you know, knockback with his Lucio on. And it's going to be one of those things where he can also control this high ground here too, so show a lot of his stuff in that matchup against Fozix, who had a great start, to be fair, on Ilios. Now, let's see what the comps are going to be. Sato already showing us this Winston here. And, you know, I have to respect it. They've clearly been practicing. He's been more attuned to the Winston style thus far here.
Well, we'll see what Giannis can get done on the Rhine. Fusion playing forward here onto the high ground, taking some bot shots. Right clicks coming down from Carpace. He tries to build up that grab. Push forward. They manage to find Fozix, but Giannis gets a pin there onto EQO. But he will be taken down by Carpe. That seems like the rest of the Justice just going to be cleaned up here as a sweep comes through on their first attack.
Now, it's actually kind of handy, too, that Poco can hit these targets as they run away to get some more of his charge. He actually only gets a little bit of it, though. So.
You know, actually going to get out alive?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, half shielding. The Zarya bubbles come through, so actually does manage to survive.
Kip also got Corey's energy up a little bit higher through that, and he got his own energy up to 60s, tied with Boombox. Poco will swap to the D.Va here because he did not get that damage done to get the remix, so I want to have that for the next fight. Unfortunate to lose that ult charge, but it's only a little bit.
You know, again, getting focused here.
Such good target selection from the Fusion. That's what they've really been excelling at today, as long as their tank line's together.
Look, dive into the back. Primal Rage going to be online here for Sato. He's going to pop it instantly. Has them locked up in a choke, but takes so much damage. Has to exit. Goes up over the top, dropping back down. Now going on with the aggression again. Looking for a target. Gets that armor pack. Guido stranded all alone next to the limousine. Will be taken down. Zaps come through barely. Manages to keep EQ alive.
Yeah. Otto just getting staggered a little bit. Nicely done here for the Fusion. They have a huge ult advantage, but it's not all over yet for the Justice because Guido, you know, didn't trance in that last fight. He's going to have that for this next one. Giannis as well, the Shatter. There's a lot of tools coming online in just a moment here for the Justice, but if this push doesn't work, if the Fusion actually are able to efficiently defend this push, we're looking like we might head into full territory.
Good B. Grab's going to be coming down. France is going to be out. Carpe going lower and lower. They're trying to keep him alive. Armor pack will help do just that. Richard Graham is there. Sound barrier comes through. However, Fozix not yet with his online. We'll have it for the extended fight as they work their way over onto the point for the first time. The Ticks getting ready to build up. Sato going to be diving into the back, looking to disrupt the enemy team. Primal Rage going to be ready to go. Bombs out from Sunsum, looking for a pick, but not able to find it. Does make it back into the back. Neptuno alone, unable to deny that one away. Sato comes back forward. Primal Rage going to be getting ready to expire. EQO for now going to be the one mainly keeping this point contested. Sound barriers out as the Justice pushed their way into the cafe. Drop back down onto the point. Get the first tick. Starting to look good. Shadow coming out, but the Zarya bubble is there. They managed to stay alive. Corey does manage to find Neptuno. It's going to be exchange on the Lucios as Fozix gets taken down as well. Pushing their way forward. The Cap getting ready to come through. Carpe dangerously low. One more right click, one more beam would finish him off. Sunsum's able to find it. And Grab is online here for Corey. He would love to hold on to it, and seems like he will be able to do so for the Streets phase, because Justice, they break open the point.
Yeah, Sato on the Winston, obviously getting that faster Primal made it an easy defense, but after that push, you know, you're facing off against a Reinhardt, and Justice got onto the point, and the Reinhardt always is going to do more damage in those moments than a Winston can. Not limited by, for example, ammunition that Winston's Tesla gun has, and he has the Fire Strike there as well. So that's the big damage output that was missing. Then Corey maintained high ground, got high energy, and they won the longer fight. Great delay by Fusion. Well, this is a good position now for the Justice.
Pushing their way forward. Late swap over from Sato. Giannis is going to have that Shadow ready to roll. Grab straight in onto the card. Neptuno, the first one to get picked up, and now Carpe taken down. Good for the pin kill, unable to find it, but Corey, 100 energy. She's going to be melting everybody. Poco does not stand a chance. Getting beamed in from behind. Will get popped out now. Boombox. One after the other. Everybody going to be taken down as the cart will continue to push. Justice not going to be the greatest time bank because of that initial delay. Sure. But they can certainly make this push happen because look how many ults they have.
They have the ult lead. Corey built half of another ult after that. They knew the timing here. And also that he had the ult advantage from the last fight to go in, use the grab, gain that value. They do not get up to control this choke point, unfortunately, so Philadelphia does get to spill out here. All on Neptuno to build that sound barrier right now, though. He's so close to it.
Rally out, Shatter going to be going straight into the shield of Sato, able to block that one out. Now the grab's going to be coming through. Poco looking for the bomb. Drops in, going to be one apiece for each diva. A healer and a tank on either side. Philadelphia Fusion, though, gained control of the cart and halted it right in front of the saloon.
This is the stabilization they needed because now they have the high ground. Now Neptuno can be annoying, can be frustrating on the Lucio. There's so many different ways they can engage on top of the Justice. Baiting out that trance early away from the cart is probably going to be step one. Fortunately, they don't have a grab to do that. It's just recently used. But that's the idea here. They are going to use the high ground here as Carpe just bombs in. If we could lob bobs, that'd be pretty strong. But yeah, we'll leave that to Ash.
Not yet. Only saw the one. Wasn't very effective from Carpe. But see that ring around the rosy coming through. Justice shifting themselves. Look at the opposite side of the point. Giannis gonna get popped up, and that's gonna be the shadow coming down, but the sound barrier is in. Stacking those ultimates, however, for the Justice. This could bite them in the rear if the fight goes long enough. Fusion right now, not gonna be taken down. Perfectly timed from Neptuno with the sound barrier on the back of the Transcendence. They push forward, they manage to find Giannis. And that should just be the cleanup here. Sunsum gets knocked out of the mech as well. The tank line completely shattered.
Two major plays from Neptuno. The disruption there on the Giannis, which, led to the fight kind of going into a little bit of a wonky place there. The Justice looked okay in that. If they recovered from it, Giannis included. But after that, we did see the sound barrier come through. Perfect timing there. They get to save the grab, they get to save the rally, and once again, high ground setup. See where Neptuno is? Always kind of keep your eyes on him because he's going to be the one who's going to set up the fight with Poco, scouting out the positioning and the angle at which the approach comes through. Neptuno's going to sneak around and try to knock Giannis in or Corey so they can get that 6v4 fight. That's the idea.
Time going to be ticking down. 20 seconds remaining on the clock for the Justice. A couple ultimates to work with, but Guido, his coming online was going to be one of the major ones. He gets picked off by a fire strike. Now they're cutting all the way back. The grab comes through. They're trying to lock him up. Carpe doesn't find much on the back of that, but they at least get the kill here on Giannis. They knock Sunset out of that mech. Into the back goes Fozix. Trying to force out that OT. Has he made it in time? They're booping him away. Does barely manage the touch of the limousine. Shadow coming down into the front. Sunsum manages to find Carpe with that bomb, but no one else can touch it about halfway to B. Washington Justice cannot find even remotely completion here on Hollywood.
And sometimes the unsung heroes are the Lucio players in these moments.
Absolutely.
Neptuno sets up two big fights there with two big moments with his barrier and then the cutoff there on the Giannis, and then afterwards is tracking Fozix and is dueling him on the point, because if Fozix buys enough time, especially when Sansam's getting a self-destruct kill, Corey's coming in, Carpe died in that moment, suddenly you have a real chance to actually get the cart back. But Neptuno is, watchful eyes, tracks Fozix, takes care of the cart while the rest of the team is zoning everybody out so they can't touch in. Very well played. And that's going to be a very winnable Hollywood now for the attack for the Fusion, as it's not a very big push. They can get a good time on A, and it just feels like they're just going to roll it in.
We'll come down to the defense from the Justice. See how much of a fight they can put up. Try to get that full hold here on Hollywood. Be a very impressive feat for them. But Fusion, as you're saying, looking poised to be able to take this second map and tie up this series. Onus is on Justice to surprise us.
All right, for the defense here, Sato on Ryan.
See here in the bottom of your screen, Shock going up against the Spark, one of the featured matchups that we saw there on the desk. Going to be on Disney XD as well as Twitch TV.
Indeed. Check it out. Sato on the Ryan here for the attack. Very much a more common way to attack, as we saw Giannis do the same earlier, rather than the Winston, so more comfort here. And the attack oftentimes will be decided by which Zenyatta gets transfers, because that's one way you could force the fight, and you could use your grab that comes from the damage you do during your basically immortality while the trance is running.
Pushing their way up through the center. Boombox going to be inching through security, trying to get some tags. Ooh.
Nice flank.
Yeah. Does manage to cut back around the corner, keep himself safe. The rest of the team advancing, forcing Justice back over onto the point, but now they're going to do that counter push, work their way back up, try not to lose any ground.
Yep. All right, this is, look at this positioning for Corey. He's trying to go up the stairs. Very risky what he did just there.
Yep.
He eats some damage for it. Close call there. Does get out.
Drop down, going to be coming through. Back at the point right now for Justice. Going to play around the dumps of the boxes. Going to keep themselves safe. Guido especially getting tagged up. Has to get that armor pack from Otto.
Neptuno on the high ground looking for a boop.
Yep, now going to be the counter push coming in. Still, no one fully committing to the fight. Guido's going to be the first one to have the ult online. The Transcendence ready to roll. Boombox nearly there. Takes a lot of damage. Guido snipes him out. You saw
Nice,
right there in the
play.
bottom left of your screen.
Huge play.
Finds the hit. That's going to be the go button here for the Justice. Transcendence out from Guido. Sato going to be taken down. Philly Fusion lose out on 2. The rest of them trying to retreat. Justice going to be pushing forward, looking to get any stagger kills that he can possibly find.
But the sequel here for the Philadelphia Fusion, the second attack, will come at a price for the Justice. That trance that Guido just used will not be available for their next defense against Carpe's grab. So Carpe can maximize his energy as he comes around and get a position to get that grab. It's huge. D-Matrix just used there as
Just
well.
eat the grab. Just eat the grab.
He's got it. If he eats it, that's their best chance of defending this realistically here.
Forehead. All right, Fire Strike going through. EQO going to be going low. Grab is ready to roll. To build up that energy. Carpe not really getting fed much. Transcendence going to be used by Boombox. Now he doesn't have it for Corey's grab.
Yeah, this is going to get a little bit awkward.
This could swing either way.
They didn't commit.
Much more of a 50-50. Shatter going to be coming down. Sato not going to find anything. Got us building up. A couple more Fire Strikes. We'll have his ready to roll. Let's get taken away by the D-Matrix. Sato's got a kite back. Boombox as well getting tagged up. The Justice so far looking fantastic on this defense. Neptuno going to get picked off.
Now, this is Fusion is, I think, in a lot of ways trying to replicate NYXL's style in terms of slow fighting, going in only when it looks like the perfect moment, right? But that cost them. Carpe had a grab, which could have locked everyone in. It's not always necessary to wait for high energy grabs, but he wasn't willing to do it. Sato then panicked after the fight was clearly lost and threw a shatter down, only hit Sansam, who was immediately healed back up by Otto. Nice play on the Brigida. And now the Fusion lost a lot of time in that really slow fight they were, losing over time as Corey holds the grab now. He's still got high energy. And this is kind of the last shot Fusion's going to have, you have to think.
Yeah.
Against the Big Six, it's not looking good.
Certainly is not. Need to engineer a massive team fight win. Otherwise, Justice going to be moving up 2-0. Grab's still going to be online. Carpe, not that high on the energy. Grab comes down, however, from Corey. They find 2. Now 3 as Carpe gets taken down. 50 seconds remaining. Fusion, they do have an opportunity. They can reset to come back in, but it's one final fight.
Yeah, and the huge thing here, too, in terms of ultimates used is that the Justice only really use the grab and the rally. They have all the support ultimates available still. Good patience there by Guido. Guido and Phosix trusted that Otto's rally would be well-timed. It would be enough mitigation of damage to survive that fight. Now they have the answers for this final push.
25 seconds. Pins him in onto the wall. Poco going to be looking for the bomb. Throws that one up over the top. They get the poop up, but it's not going to be enough, Guido. Manages to stay alive. Stacked ultimates again. Is that going to bite them in the rear? We'll have to wait and see. Corey's the first one taken down. Poco going forward. Has a nice back angle here on Giannis, and they will be able to finish him off. 8 seconds remaining. The kills come through. And Philly Fusion here. The final hour seems like they have been able to break through. They will be able to get this cap on A, but very limited time bank. It's Justice, they are putting up fights that are looking good right now on Hollywood. They very well could stop them.
I know it sounds like a broken record at this point, but when the Zarya dies first, you just can't win the fight, right? And Philadelphia Fusion was able to isolate Corey after a really nice angle on the bomb for Poco that kind of split the Justice in half. They couldn't really fight properly around that. Super well done. They've got, one more shot here now.
Well, they're looking to go aggro to buy some space, move that cart up the majority of the way. So rally out from EQO. Justice say, okay, no problem. We'll pull back. We'll wait for that armor to go away. We'll chip away at it. Shatter's going to be coming through. Giannis has the shield. Nothing to be gained there. Carpe's still trying to build up the grab. Corey just a little bit further ahead of him.
Yeah, very low, actually, is Corey.
Yeah, he's playing very aggressively up in the limousine. Now it's going to be the Calendar rally out from the Justice. They push forward. Philly Fusion having to kite all the way back into the cafe, but oh man, maybe they fell into a trap. There's Carpe. He locks him in with the grab. Fozzic's been taken down. Bomb up over the top. Manages to find Corey. Answering grab is in, but now Boombox has that Transcendence. They will be able to stay alive, and this is going to be the push forward here for the Fusion.
Brilliant play by the Fusion. They called the speed boost from Phozix. Phozix speed boosted there. As you said, they kind of hit the go button. They were going to go in for the fight. They saw blood in the water, and immediately Fusion calls, let's retreat back at this choke. We'll have the advantage there. Carpe says, I've got grab. I can lock them in after they come in. They've already lost their speed boost. Perfect execution, defending there. Very fast reaction. It may win them this map.
Very well could. Somebody's got to get there. Corey tagged up so far away from a grab. Where's Carpe? Nearly got another one. Sound barrier is going to be coming through for Phozix as he tries to keep everybody alive. They have to stay glued to the card. However, just 1.11 meters left to go. Now Otto going to be taken down. Carpe and Sato both under fire. The rally in from Ichiro, trying to keep him alive. Grab's going to be thrown in as soon as he gets it. Hangs on by a sliver, and that should be enough. They will be able to push forward as they finish them off. Billy Fusion tie up this series 1-1.
Yeah, we talked about not being able to finish off targets. It looks like you're going to kill them, but it's not. They're 1/3 of Fusion in that regard. That's what we're talking about. Carpe is super low, but they just can't kill him.
Well, Fusion, some stutter there at the beginning, but now it's starting to look more alive. Let's see who can take the lead when we come back from the break.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
The Washington Justice and Philadelphia Fusion are both looking to bounce back from a rough week 2. They're all tied up currently at 1 apiece coming into the halftime. Welcome back into the Blizz Arena. How's everybody doing? You guys good? Yes, it's Thursday. We're kicking off week 3 with a great matchup. A very even matchup so far. I've got Zoe, I've got Brent, I'm Puckett, as you know, and we've got a lot of things to talk about in this halftime, starting with new looks from both teams. Now, we knew they had a rough week 2. We wanted to see an improved roster on both sides of the stage. Zoe, what did we learn as we went back to that first map of Ilios?
Well, I think Ilios was a bit of a back and forth with a lot of little surprises coming in from both of those teams. We did talk a lot about Sato being preferably on Winston, and that's pretty much what we saw. He went Winston whenever he could, and it only really started to look good when they ran into a Winston mirror match, because that's really where Philly excelled. However, every time Justice went back to that Reinhardt pick where they're feeling really comfortable and where they execute very, very clean, this is where Philly just struggled and ran into a wall.
Yep, I completely agree with that, Zoe. Match 1, it was definitely Washington Justice's game in the way that they played the same passive style that they usually play into. And when you're running Winston against that, you need to be looking for opportunities to engage on the enemies. And this here, you can see as well, Philadelphia.
There's a Pharah.
They're running Pharah. They're running damage dealers. You know, who would have known? They're still in the game apparently. But it was this was interesting because Philly are trying to be cute all the time with these little strategies. When I think if they just stuck to the basics and stuck to what they know, even just playing the Reinhardt triple tank, triple support, they would have had much better results in that first map.
Yeah, and we were talking about it backstage. We said, oh my goodness, they're just sitting into spawn. Well, we are knowing they're waiting to find out what is the enemy comp. After 15 seconds, it's revealed. They come out with the DPS, but by then, Washington had basically already won that third heat. So now you're down 0-1. It looks like it's going to be Washington up 2-0 at the half. This one went back and forth. What did you see from Sato as we went to Hollywood, Brent?
Yeah, it was definitely not a clean game by any stretch of the imagination from these guys. But Sato, when they switched to the Reinhardt, this is what I was kind of screaming at them at, because I think Philly's team play is better than Washington still. So if they try to match them and mirror their competition with the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt, they should do better in theory, and they did in map 2. As you can see, Sato was kind of leading the way with a lot of his play. You know, it goes around that he's not that comfortable playing this. He'd much rather be on the Winston. But overall, Philadelphia Fusion, they excelled in all of their ult combinations. You can see the stats here between these two guys as well. You can see Sato just kind of outmatching Janus as well when it comes to the Reinhardt. And this is mainly because he's being supported way better by his team as well. The team play, as I mentioned before, way better for Philadelphia across the board, and that's how they took the edge on the second half. But it was still shaky. I will say that. You know, they're not out of the water just yet if you're Philly, you know?
Very fundamental play so far from the Justice. Is it good enough to beat the Fusion in your eyes today, Zoe?
It can be, honestly. After what we saw on map 1, I do think that they definitely have what it takes to beat a team such as Fusion. Both teams made a lot of mistakes, a lot of small errors, which accumulated in, lost maps in the end. So let's see who can bring it home in the second half.
Brent, who wins this whole thing? You had Philly before the match kicked off.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Philly for this one, Puckett. I think they're going to be able to take this as long as they stick to these Ryan comps and don't try anything fancy again. Don't get fancy, Philly.
I like that call. Guys, let us know, how does this play out in the Twitch chat? We'll be back with the second half after this.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway through our series right now between the Washington Justice and the Philadelphia Fusion, tied up 1-1. Ilios going the way of Washington, and then Hollywood to Fusion.
Yeah, it's been a very back and forth matchup so far, and a lot of it has, I think a lot of these fights have really come down to the coordination and targeting, but also a lot of the Lucio play as well. I'm going to take a look at a stats card here between these two. You can see that in terms of healing done, look at Fozik's healing output versus Neptuno. He almost triples it basically here, I mean, close to tripling. But that is a huge disparity, but that means that Neptuno is mostly using speed boost. He's mostly away from his team trying to set up big plays. And Fozik's, on the other hand, is with his team more of the time, but it's still in risky positions because he died several more times, was picked off first in a lot of those fights there on Hollywood. So even though Fozik's is setting up a lot of good plays, the sound barriers have been good overall. Neptuno just has the edge in this meta. He better understands healing is not always the most important factor.
Well, we'll have some subs, it seems, here. Stratus going to be coming in for Otto. So making his debut right now on the stage for the Justice.
Exciting to see how he'll do. It'll be his first Overwatch League match. High pressure situation, as right now, this is the closest I think the Justice have ever been to a victory.
It kind of feels that way. Again, it's you know, it's one map win. This could just be a sweep for the rest of it, but it just seems like the fights are going their way more so. Philly Fusion is not quite in their normal groove at the moment, so they certainly could get the ball and roll with it in this matchup, but high pressure indeed to throw Stratus in.
And he's going to be, at least for the start of things here on defense, on the Ana. So perhaps an Ana-specific situation here. They sub the Brigitte player out. So triple support defense here, very sustainable, and a lot of heal deny potential here with this bio grenade. The choke is very powerful. And, you know, right now, obviously, Fusion is just slowly trying to figure out how they want to approach. Nice pick here by Boombox,
Well,
though.
now they're not going to approach slowly. They're just going to go ahead and steamroll their way through. Giannis going to take it down. Going to be very crucial here for this defense. We'll be respawning. We'll be able to join back in theory, before this point gets taken. Unless Fusion can find some more picks, such as Fozix, who's dangerously low there onto the high ground. Instead, they're going to welcome the new guy as Boombox picks up a 2K, taking down that support line. Corey under some fire, will be burned down here in the end, and that's just going to be a very healthy time bank for Philadelphia.
Fortunate that on Stratus' debut, his Ana was practically irrelevant to their, defense here because of that opening pick. Not that he played a poor Ana, but just because it was a 6v5 fight that Justice couldn't realistically win. Corey stayed on the point a little bit longer to build up that grab and to buy some time.
Ooh, Guido.
Otherwise, across the board, they are behind, and Stratus' late swap here means that rally is so far away.
Push around the left-hand side here from the attacker's perspective. Shield's going to be coming up. Boombox still going to be spamming away in that back side of the fight. 90 to 65%, surging ahead of Guido at the moment. As one would expect, given how many kills we saw him pick up there on A. But playing patiently, making sure that everyone's going to be at 100%, getting that Kren sentence ready to roll. Kren sentence now going to be coming down. Boombox popping this one. Rory going low. Stratus going to be the first one taken down. Asado finds the kill. Solo Shatter in on the Giannis. Tries to get the pin, but instead hits the Zen. So Guido able to keep his Ryan alive and in the mix for a little bit longer. But in the meantime, they focus in on Sensem. They get rid of that Diva. The first hit going to be grabbed by the Fusion. Fire strike through, weakens up Boombox, but they need a lot more than that. They still have zoning tools. They still have the bomb grab combo. Poco going to be locked up solo here on the bridge, but no one can focus him down. No one can pop him out. And even if they did, there's so many other members of Philadelphia to worry about. Desperation Bomb coming in from Sensum, looking for a pickoff. Does manage to get Neptuno. Uncharacteristic positioning from him, but the rest of the team trades it back. They get the cap.
If you watch the beginning of that fight, you'll see that there were two groups of Justice members, 3 on the left side, 3 on the right, and that is exactly what you want to do as an attacking team, is basically split the team up into 2 groups and, then of course collapse upon them. Very well played. And take a look at Boombox here on this.
Push back around, straight into the back of Giannis.
Yep.
Nothing that he really could do. I mean, it seems like he's feeling a lot better. We missed him for the first couple matches, but now he's coming in. He's finding that momentum that we're used to seeing from him on that Zenyatta.
Only damage amplifying 624, but that's the big story here is the Elims. He gets that opening pick on A, which allows him to take it for free and gives them a huge ult advantage. Sometimes in this meta, the Zenyatta's become the star when they get that opening kill. You know, when you look at players like Jonak and Twilight, who are really up there leading in the league at the moment, you're going to see that a lot. And Boombox back in play here. That's the X factor, right? Rather than Elk, who's kind of flexing into his position. This is a, you know, Zenyatta player has been honed and trained, and he's studied the hero so much that he knows how to find these angles. He's been very aggressive. He's been flanking, even as we saw in Hollywood sometimes, to try to get that damage maximized. And it does show here. But yeah, good split up there by Fusion on B to take that, you know, fight. And Washington Justice now looking like Guido's going to do that opening potential snipe, and then we'll just swap off. Actually, not even gonna mess with it.
We're playing forward here.
So this setup with the Winston with the Diva is exactly set up to cut the team in half, like I was mentioning before. And it kind of relies on that element of surprise as to where the Winston is hiding. You can see, you know, just off to the left here, you see that silhouette.
Spotting out Poco, he's going to be pushing forward straight through the middle. Sada does manage to find Phosix. He goes low, but he leaps back over to the point to keep himself alive.
And what's really
picks
cool,
up a health pack.
What's really cool about this fight is it's super efficient for the Fusion, and Carpe is building energy during this as well. Sato goes low, but he does not die, and this gives Carpe a lot of opportunities to build energy, do that damage, build a grab. Nice retreat from the Justice.
Oh, going to be trying this one again. They drop back down, stop them from moving forward, but Poco loses out on the mech this time. Shield taking a beating. Boombox just trying to find a target. So far hasn't been able to build up too much in regard to that Transcendence. Dangerously low at the moment is Sato. Primal Rage nearly ready to roll. Makes his way over to the point. Will be able to survive for the moment. Boombox, however, under a lot of pressure, drops down onto the low ground, but they are able to push forward. They get the kill on him. Now the Primal Rage has to come out from Sato. Ticking up here onto the point. Giannis, however, going to be charging back, looking for that pin. He's unable to find it. Now they keep up their position on the point.
Yeah, this is actually really nice for the Justice. Jonas as Reinhardt here on the point. So difficult to break. Sato will be taken out away. Sansam chasing him down. There's no way his teammates get support. He wanted to tag back into delay. It won't happen. Yep. This is going to be a great time bank here for the Justice to attack B. And Sato will swap over to the Rhine. Now, the double cap potential is real, though, with that late swap from Sato and the grab available here. Boombox is going to have to counter it with his trance.
Nearly 5 ultimates ready to go for the Justice. Fusion getting those few that they have online very shortly here. Poco not having the bomb. Probably going to be one of the biggest X factors here that could play to the Justice's favor. Corey holding on, trying to build up that energy. Stunned in, goes a little bit low, but now the energy's going to be built up. Throws in that grab straight in onto the point. Bomb up over the top. Sunsum going to be looking for the pick. Shield comes down. Neptuno again. Going to get taken down, but the Shatter's on the back of it. Now they need the kills in order to break open this point. The North Fusion still trying to hold on. The shield going lower and lower here for Sato as he tries to survive. Boombox going to be picked off. Neptuno rejoining. Does have that sound barrier ready to roll, but everybody's already so dangerously low. And he's only going to be catching 3. Sato not going to be able to receive that shield. Over 2 ticks going to be gained to the Washington Justice. Will not be able to best the time established by the Fusion, but they're going to get pretty darn close if they can close this out right now.
Very close here. There's no way to realistically delay. Boombox cut off.
A couple more seconds is really all that they need. They finish off Poco. Seems like it's going to be Neptuno up over the top trying to delay, but they're able to beam him down. Phosix finds the kill, and that's going to be the finish. Washington Justice, fantastically done. Get the finish here on Anubis.
Well played here. Nicely done. This is a very close series we're watching right now at Kilios.
Yep, 5:17 to 5:34. We'll come back with the OT in just a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Washington Justice, 5:17, the time bank here for them. Not too far behind the Fusion. Fantastically done attack. Take a look at Giannis here.
The Shatter ends up being incredibly done here. Look at the angle he's got here. In this one tiny window of time set up by the bomb from Sansam, he's able to make this happen. Perfectly done.
Yep, bomb.
Very quick reaction.
Shattering the shield. Sato was trying to hold up, and then the Shatter comes down. Washington Justice, both teams plenty of time in the bank. It's really going to be about the performance here and see if they can have as successful of an attack as they did last time out. This time, not going to be caught.
Yeah, Sato not going to catch him with the trick this time. They do react well. And he's knocked back here. Nice play by Sansam, and they have this middle bridge controlled. Now they can focus him down.
Oh, yeah, they push forward. Corey manages to find the kill. Takes him out. Carpe's still going to be up on the high ground, louping these right clicks, looking for some kills, but Guido pops Boko out of that mech and takes him down.
This is terrifying for the Fusion. They can't really even delay this that much. They're going to build too much, give too much ult charge over if they
Stratus
do.
going lower and lower. Neptuno managed to follow up for the kill, but they lose out onto Carpe, who's just at 60% of that grab. Corey's still going to be lagging further behind in that regard, but the point is going to be broken open. In Washington Justice, they are going to be able to get the cap.
Super well played by the Justice to target Sato, knowing when his leap was on cooldown, just finding where he was isolated, and they were not going to attack the point until they had that opportunity. Very similar style to NYXL right now we're seeing from them. You know, their former coach of the NYXL, their coach now, so I guess some things never change, but here we go, wrapping around the right side.
Trying to get him off the high ground, unable to do so. Stratus under a lot of fire, will be focused down. EQ able to find that kill. But Sansam fires back into the Boombox. He had the Transcendence available. Now they're going to go ahead and push their own, you know, popping the ult as they work their way over onto the point, deciding that this is the time, but now Carpe, he's got a grab online. They're going to have to rely on a sound barrier really to deal with it, but we're not going to see the ult yet. Carpe starts shredding people left and right. We'll be able to get Corey everything in that kill feed, just Carpe at the moment.
Yeah.
As, well, Sansam, we know how this goes.
You're not going to feel too terrible as the Justice to be delayed like this because, you know, you have a decent time bank. You got your first cap on your first push, so it's very frustrating. And now we'll finally be taken down by EQO. Needs the ult charge pretty badly at the moment, but the Justice, their next attack here is going to be pretty ill-fated given the defensive setup the Fusion have in terms of ultimates. What they want to do ideally is force Fusion to use multiple ultimates, especially if they could use both support ultimates there, and then follow up with the next attack with a grab. So if they can hold the grab and force that, that's ideal. Very difficult to do that at this level of play.
Rallies out from Stratus. A lot of damage going in onto the Justice at the moment. Ozix playing the high ground. Push back for a moment. Works his way into the catacombs to rejoin with his squad. Guido halfway to that next Transcendence. About to be double support here for the Fusion. Pin, however, comes through. The Shatter's going to be massive. Oh, Giannis knocks them all right on their rears. The grab comes in. They'll clean them up. Washington Justice in onto the point, and they still have almost 3 minutes remaining in the time bank.
Huge play by Giannis, the double play.
Shatter out, catches two. Giannis couldn't get the shield up in time, but they do manage to survive for a little bit longer. Sound barrier going to be coming in from the side of the Fusion. Stratus going to be taken down. Fozix holding onto a barrier, waiting for the Transcendence to expire from Guido. Still not dropping the beat. Grab, locking him up. The sound barrier coming in perfectly to keep everybody alive. Sato trying to play forward, trying to get up there. Nearly has another Earth Shatter ready to go. Guido going to be taken down, but Giannis taken up by Neptuno. The Fusion, they push back. They do not allow them to finish the map here. 86% gained by the Justice. Still 2:15 remaining in the clock, but Fusion barely hang on.
It's the story of the Rhines right now. You know, we had the huge play there from Giannis on previous B. He gets the charge kill into the Shatter, but does not block the ensuing Shatter from Sato. It looked like he was going to have it. I mean, I called it out that he blocked it because you could see he was starting the animation there, but it was just a split second too late. Sato defends, close call. Now he's got another Shatter ready. As we see this next attack coming through, it's again tough for the Justice with the support ultimate for Boombox Online.
Dropping into the back, looking for those boops to try to isolate targets. Guido going to be taken down. It's a death ball at the moment, as everybody's just on top of everyone, but will be the Justice and walking away with death.
Great work by our observing team to highlight as well in this moment that Neptuno was the guy looking to set up these fights from the high ground and split the team. And that is precisely what he did there. Did quite a bit of damage as well, building up to 70% of that sound barrier. The Justice are just going to have to try it again. Very likely will take the left path here. Sansam slowly building up to that remech. Very much a risky situation here for them since he's so low. He's even going to flank to try to get it. If he dies here, it's a disaster. He has to back away. This is buying so much time for the Fusion.
Under a minute. At this point, Justice finishing Temple of Anubis here in OT, getting that double cap. Be absolutely massive for them. Finally makes their way back into the mech. One going to be knocked down, Corey. It's the ground on the back of the Shatter, but does manage to stay alive. Guido popping the Transcendence. Let's keep them in the fight, but now it's 2-0 in support ultimates. Just the rally now expiring here from Stratus. So need to make use of this armor. That'll get stunned up. The bubble instantly comes through from Carpe, keeping him alive. Poco denies away Corey's grab. Now they answer back with one of their own. The bomb is straight into the thick of things. Poco looking for the bomb. It's going to be a 2K over to him. 23 seconds remaining. Since I'm trying to make it out with the mech intact, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do so. They're hounding him down. They put him outside. He's got to get knocked out. Dumps into self-destruct to try to stay alive, to try to get back in, but they finish him off.
Struggles of a diva player. Feels unlucky, but this is going to be their last shot. They have to boost in to touch the point. I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, Fozic is trying to get there in time. Barely manages to tag into the corner, but Giannis has already been taken down. Knocks Otto there onto the low ground. Corey trying to sprint his way across the bridge, but he cannot make it. 86%, I do believe, for the Justice on that attack.
Disappointment on the Justice players' faces, but it is not over yet. The good defense here, they certainly could take the map. I don't think that the Fusion will be so lucky to have an opening Boombox kill on this attack with the right clicks coming out from the Zenyatta. We're going to take a look here, a replay from Poco. Setting up for this bomb, you can see is at 96% here.
Takes that one away. Straight in on top.
And the most impressive part of this too actually is, in order to place it exactly where he did, he had to cancel his boosters at the perfect moment so that it wouldn't fly forward into the hallway there on the right side for defender's perspective. And this guy is just fantastic at setting up bombs. That's where the term Poco bomb comes from.
Yep. 18-3. 3 kills with that self-destruct. Saw just 2 of them right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's working back up to the Poco box status.
Yeah, sure. Those kills are the critical ones, though, for the defense, right? That timing there.
He's getting what matters.
Exactly. So Stratus will be back on, or Stratus, excuse me, will be back on the Ana here. So maybe this time we'll actually get to see that come into play because it pairs really well with the Winston. Giannis is going to take this similar setup location to what we just saw from Sato here.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
It's different colors.
We didn't get to see this Ana strategy because of that Boombox kill last time, so let's see how this pans out in reality. Bubble.
Yeah, drops down. Not really going to be getting too much charge off of that. Bubble's helping absorb a lot of that. Stratus is going to be taking some shots here from the opposing high ground.
Nice heal there on the leaping Winston. Okay, here comes the approach from the left side. They need to react to this quickly. Fozic has already seen it. They're going to relocate back down to the low ground.
It's such an awkward spot here, especially for Guido and Stratus, because they don't know which way to go. You can see they go up at the bridge, and they, oh no, let's go to the back of the point.
Exactly.
Corey, sure which way to turn.
Corey doing tons of damage. He's high energy now, too, but they do need to collapse back onto the point.
But now they have to get onto the low ground. Neptuno trying to disrupt them up top, trying to force them back.
Corey doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, Giannis will be able to match. He's got 100 energy, ready to roll. Right click comes through. QO going to be taken down. Everybody trying to hide in behind this shield. Sato at the moment.
Really patient play from the Justice. It feels like they've really watched a lot of what the NYXL have done and have replicated that, especially with how they're playing Giannis on this Winston, former NYXL player himself. Heal deny here, not massive, unfortunately, but Stratus is finally getting close to that nano boost, and that means that Giannis could play very aggressively in that moment. He's practically immortal with that burst heal.
They do have that, but Guido here falling back behind, only 50% to the 90 of Boombox for those Transcendences.
Look at how far back they play.
Get his way back through. Corey still high energy. Grab nearly online. Now has it with that last right click. Energy is ready to roll. When do they want to pull the trigger on the fight? Already had one grab taken away in the last fight. Giannis going to be taken down now. That could be crucial. Do they just surrender the point? Do they still want to fight this? Grab's still going to be thrown in. Sunsum in from behind. Drops down the bomb. Transcendence is out from Boombox. They layer into the sound barrier at the same time. Fusion taking the fight, trying to stay alive. Answering grab comes through from Carpe, pinning them into the wall. Guido, Transcendence going to expire. They're able to clean him up as Sunsum gets popped out of the mech. Extended fight coming through, but Philly Fusion looking like they will be able to take point A. A couple losses in that scrappiness.
To be honest, I feel like the Justice really overused ultimates in that fight, in particular Guido's Transcendence. But let's go back to what really matters. We didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure Stratus nanoed Janus early by mistake. and didn't save him because the idea was for them to then play around his Primal Rage. Never got to use it. He died and everything fell apart from there. But Guido should not have used that trance. That is really going to come back to bite them here on this defense, because that's the ultimate you need when Philadelphia Fusion's rolling across here with a Shatter. They've got the bomb set up. You're not going to have that sustainability anymore.
I mean, you can throw the argument as well for the grab out from Corey. Maybe just hold that, try to go in all in on that big defense. Primal Rage now going to be coming through for Giannis. Going to zone them back into the catacombs. Bit of an awkward angle here, checking him out, but now rejoins in. Separates Saddle from the rest of his squad. Shatter came down, but nobody died. Fozix able to keep people up with that sound barrier shield. Pushing their way back through, however, one tick already going to be gained by the Philly Fusion. Still 2:45 left on the clock. The second tick nearly coming in. They just have the best 86%. Now Stratus going to be taken down. Giannis down to half HP as is Sansam in the mech. Goes up onto the high ground trying to stay alive. Grab comes through. Locks up Guido here onto the bridge. Corey going to be taken down. The bomb out from Poco. Not going to find anything, but it doesn't need to because they're able to find the kills just with their basic abilities.
Yep.
Philly Fusion will be able to go ahead and get that double cap here.
We'll never know what the Ana was really supposed to do. The execution a little off. The nano boost just a second too early.
Yep.
And it cost them the map.
Rough timings from them. Philly Fusion leading 2-1. Can they close it out? Let's find out when we come back from the break.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fusion able to take the lead here in the series with that victory on Temple of Anubis, but Justice have been keeping things close throughout this set so far. Certainly could try to pick up that victory here on our final map. Route 66 getting ready to come up, and if they can do that, maybe map 5.
Yeah, could be. I'm kind of excited for a potential map 5 here. Both these teams have been at each other's throats. I mean, they've been really close matches as well. Even Anubis, you know, had things gone a little bit different there with that last shatter being blocked from Giannis. Who knows? You know, we might still be doing overtime rounds right now. But, you know, the Justice overall have been looking better today. And I think they really are in a lot of ways playing so similar to how NYXL has approached this meta on Anubis. We will have Otto back in. Stratus clearly in for some sort of Ana A defense that unfortunately went a little bit awry there with the early nano boost.
Yeah, maybe not the most comfortable on that Ana pick, but now we'll just be seeing him coming back through. So good to see Stratus get his debut on the OWL stage, but Route 66 could very well be our final map unless the Justice can pick up that victory and force us to a Game 5 tiebreaker. Normally that would be stressful because I look like a substitute art teacher. You know, this goes too late. I'm not going to make it to my night class. I got to teach those guys. Teach them how to draw paintings that look like the shirts that Uber wears on the broadcast.
Yeah, and if you're late, I'm gonna need to help you out, but I can't pick Bumper up from school. It's a big match.
That's true. You are his now. You're considered his father at this point.
Yes. Thanks for that one, Puckett. I'm Bumper's dad. So proud of my boy.
You should be. He's doing good work. But let's see what these guys got for us.
Yeah, will be Philly to attack first, and that's usually where you see the more creative styles come out, because the defender is at a disadvantage because they cannot swap position. When the attacking comp comes out that counters theirs, they can't just run back to spawn, whereas the attacking team comes out with that surprise sometimes. We do see Carpe highlighting the Symmetra at the moment, but I don't believe it. We'll see him open with the Widow shots and then change. Yep, doesn't get anything, goes straight to the Zarya.
Yep.
Sign of the meta.
Well, up here onto the high ground, shot just going to be coming down. Giannis playing alone at the moment. Down below, trying to get that group
very greedy.
Yeah. Almost gets taken out because of that. Dangerous game that Fossil is playing. Push for it, though. Otto going to be taken down. Carpe just annihilates them as Giannis also will be eliminated. Sato going to be the only one traded so far for the Fusion, but the cart will start rolling as they go ahead and clean up the rest of the Justice.
Yeah, this is very rough for the Justice.
Oh.
Stagger to the face.
That's just brutal.
Sansam staggered as well there. Maximum charge gain from Carpe is, doesn't even look at the diva after he right clicks. He just moves on with his life. We'll have the high ground controlled for the reapproach here for the Justice. Always feels weird when the attacking team actually becomes the defender on Route 66 because they're defending the defensive team who comes out of this choke. And with not a ton of energy here for Carpe, they should be able to break through this bridge.
Dangerously low there for Carpe. Down below half, but pushes his way back onto the low ground. Joining in with the cart. EQO, however, disconnected. Does get taken down by Guido. Nice pick off here for the Justice. Might be enough for them to stabilize. Boombox, however, under pressure, feels the need to use that Transcendence, and Guido will be matching him with one of his own, so the Fusion is going to be pushed all the way back around to the initial corner.
Yeah, this is actually really well played by the Justice, and just basically executing the attack there to control high ground with the speed boost very well from Kha'Zix. Now so much damage is being given over to the side of the Fusion as they try to get this high ground back. Boombox nearly dying. He doesn't have a trance anymore for the grab that Corey holds. So this is a great position for the Justice now.
Oh, steps out, fire strike to the dome. But
yeah, nice reaction there by Giannis.
We'll get healed back up. Grab held by Carpe, waiting for an opportunity. Giannis going lower and lower, gets the armor pack to stay alive. Grab straight in onto the pillar to lock them up. Bomb thrown down. They got to get rid of that shield. Not going to be able to find any pickoffs with that one.
No rematch.
Can't make it back in. Corey, he beams him down. Shatter
Another
comes in.
Shatter.
Carpe locked up. Neptuno going to be going down. Corey picks up a triple in the fight. What a turnaround from the Justice, and just 0.34 meters away from the completion on A.
Giannis was really a big redemption story, it feels like, this afternoon. I mean, he has always been one of the misfit Reinhardt players, even if you go back as far as his LW days, right? And now, you know, on NYXL, it was a little bit shaky. Today, tonight, this afternoon, 5 p.m., he is killing it, and he's hitting these shatters when he needs to.
I think if he gets him the win, we have to start calling him the Washington Justice. That's just to honor him because he's playing out of his mind right now. Over on the other side, on top of Big Earls. Still just trying to play that high ground. Giannis will be dropping down to keep the cart contested as best as possible. As the rest of the Fusion starts inching their way up.
He needs to stay alive here for this trance. He gets healed by that pack. There's the trance.
Yeah, trance is going to be coming
early, though.
Through. Looking for that pin. Can't quite tell what's going on inside the cave, but the Rhines is going to be swinging like madman on top of each other. Shatter comes in from Sato. Bomb up over the top. Looks for the big Sansam. Gets rid of Poco. Make sure that he cannot be spamming away in that pilot form. Another fire strike as Giannis picks up multiple kills in the fight.
I think Boombox panicked a little bit there. He had the heal come through from EQO. He had the burst heal there, and he needed to stay alive. He used the trance to get them into that position. But because he used it early, there was just no answer for the follow-up grab from Corey, who had high energy. Now, once again, the high ground's controlled. This is starting to look like a full hold here. No support ults for the Fusion.
18 seconds remaining, just the rally to lead. Sato losing out on that shatter in the last fight. Giannis going to be holding one of his own. Fozik's getting closer to that sound barrier. Again, they collapse forward. They try to get on top of Giannis. Doesn't find anything with the Earth Shatter. The cart advancing. Somebody's going to have to tag this to deny it. Corey drops down. Sato going low. Sunset pushing forward, nearly losing out onto the mech. The rally comes in, just trying to armor him up. It's not going to be enough, but Poco gets knocked into the mech. Now the grab's going to be coming through. They lock him up right here onto the corner of Big Girls. Responding crowd out from Corey. They find two. Can they kill it?
Turning it around.
Giannis going lower and lower, but Poco, he's got the pilot pistol into the back of the Rhine. Takes him down. Gets back into the suit. Guido delaying. Pops the Transcendence. Maybe should have just held this one for the Streets phase. They're 0.02 meters away. You're gonna die. They're gonna get A. They do.
Back when Guido was on Lunatic High in Korea, he was one of the players most known for using ults at the last moment and wasting them. And this is one of those moments for sure, because you know your teammates aren't getting back. This was the interrupt on Giannis' shatter, by the way, from EQO. We just had a replay of that. That's why his shatter did not go off in that last fight.
Very nicely done.
But, you know, that trans missing here is actually kind of a problem, because you could use it in a lot of ways. It's not always just for countering grabs, but you can commit to fights with it, you know, when you're not on the point. Now it's just totally gone.
Well, Boombox going to be using his. Corey taking himself out with a right click. And that will just be the cleanup, as Fusion will finally start really advancing with this. Cart was very slow, obviously, there for A, but now making very good time to try to compensate here during the Streets phase.
Very, you know, sigh of relief moment here for the Fusion, because that was looking really rough, but now they've turned this around completely. Massive ult leads. Guido not even halfway to his trans. Carpe is absolutely going to have this grab first. Look at how far they are even from getting on and touching this point. The Fusion look very primed to get an insane push here through B. Look at Neptune looking to split him up. Giannis
coming straight in behind the Rhine. Boops him up. The shatter comes down again. They do manage to find Corey, but the sound barrier is going to be good. And Otto fires back. Gets rid of that enemy Reinhardt. So Otto going to be taken down. EQO. The Briggs exchanging the Reinhardts here, but now he falls up for a double. He gets rid of Fozik's. Boombox gets himself a double kill as well. And this should be B completion here. Philadelphia Fusion bumping that time bank back up. Was a near full hold on A for the Justice, but now struggling to gain control of the cart.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to take a look at this last moment here as the boop up comes through from Neptuno. He has an opportunity. Watch this. Jonas is knocked up. Shatter goes right underneath. This is the kind of play I've been talking about with Neptuno that you always got to look out for.
Usually, though, was not getting Corey as well with that pin. Found some diving in front. But they wrap around, they gain control of the back side of the cart as they try to find a pickoff. Only ult at the moment for Fusion's going to be the Transcendence, and Boombox uses that one instantly. Guido's going to be matching. Grab now online for Corey, throws it down, but he doesn't find anybody. Not even through the wall, it's too thick, can't get anyone. And that could be very costly for them. Bomb's going to be thrown out into the back by Sunsum. Shield comes up. Zeto blocking that one out, and Fozix will be taken down by Carpe. The cart starting to advance. And Justice, they just have to reset right now.
This is rough for the Justice. I mean, the self-destruct there as well from Sansam was... Honestly, it was very wasteful. There was no way that he was going to be able to turn the fight around. It just feels like the Justice, they got so close to winning a series, right? And then the first two maps were super close. Third one, very close as well. And suddenly, everyone's making these small mistakes and it's coming up. It looks huge in the grand scheme of things to waste things like that. The trance we saw from Guido earlier. Some emotions, some nerves perhaps coming through.
I mean, the pressure is certainly on at the moment, trying to force out that game 5. Getting that full hold almost would have guaranteed it for the Justice. Now they're in a pressure situation, just trying to stop this cart from advancing into C, but Fozik's going to be the first one taken down. Shatter's out, not going to find anything here from Giannis. He's going to get burned down the pin, able to find the kill. Poco finishes off Sansam right here at the end. The cart will glide across the finish line. Really rough start for Fusion, but they bounce back. They make it to the end of Route 66.
Very well played.
Down on the floor, or rather, we have Mika. A bit of insight here into the Fusion. Let's go ahead and throw over to her.
Thanks, guys. If you've been worried about the supports of Philadelphia Fusion, worry not. I talked to Coach Hayes at the half, and he assured me Boombox is bouncing back from his illnesses, and Neptuno, who has been seeing a physical therapist, is recovering well from his injury. Hayes says this has only helped in their play, and as you can see, he assures me they will only improve in consistency from here. Back to you, Wolf and Achilleos.
Thank you very much, Mika, for the insight. So, yeah, I mean, Neptuno especially, we've seen him now setting up those Reinhardt boops into shatters twice. We saw it on Hollywood, and just there in front of B here on Route 66. Been really good communication between he and his front line so far.
I absolutely, you definitely can feel the difference, you know, when you have a real Zenyatta main, you know, on your side instead of a substitute. I mean, it's night and day, right? Neptuno's been a very great Lucio, you know, despite, you know, not having the greatest conditions starting the league still. Look, you wouldn't be able to tell if he didn't tell you, right? But as we look at this attack here for the Justice, what could have been an easy, you know, stroll to A and then, you know, forcing that tiebreaker is now a monumentous task. No one would have believed me if I told you to have 32 seconds left and a completion for Fusion after watching the A defense. As we, you know, come out of the gates here, the big question is, will Corey be able to get on top of Big Earl's gas station there and control the high ground? That's how they operated on the defense. It's going to be much tougher on the attack.
Well, already taking a ton of damage here as they push up. Otto especially dangerously low, but now they're looking for Sato. They're able to find him. EQO going to be eliminated. Poco going to be knocked out. This is going to be a fantastic start for the Justice.
Huge plays.
Plenty of time for Fusion to rejoin and try to recontest this, but they're going to gain a lot of distance.
Yeah, Fozik's speed boosting some of the members to chase there for a moment, but they do decide to actually just get on this cart and, you know, have 3 members on it to maximize its speed. You can only have 3. Now they've controlled the high ground. Fozik's here up there, and Fusion are going to have to break through the bridge. They do not have tools to do so, though. They need to be careful about getting knocked off. They're actually going to be relinquished by the Justice. They just back away.
Yep, just drop down, not playing this game. Just going to be looking to chip out at range.
Corey has super high energy. You can see his right clicks are doing massive damage to the supports, but they do not die.
The grab.
Yep, that's going to be the thing that's the scariest part for the Fusion because they don't have that trance to deny it.
Now it's online.
So he's getting low, though.
Oh, yep, getting tagged out. It's okay. Retreats back inside Big Girls. Keeps himself alive. Does he want to just pin it straight in through the ceiling? No. They'll just go ahead, throws it onto the corner. Locking them up. They'll find Sato. They get rid of EQO. And that should just be a gain for Justice unless Fusion can pull out a miracle here with this defense. They're buying a little bit of time, but Boombox going so low will get finished off by Corey. Carpe not going to be able to survive. Gets taken down. That's going to be the cleanup. 2.5 minutes about on the clock as they go ahead and just glide through A very gently here for the Justice.
Corey's positioning has led to overall more damage output. He's 1,000 euro damage ahead, where in all the other stats, you know, they're about dead even. He is really showcasing what high ground means, how much more you could do. You know, putting everyone down to low is how the Justice can then collapse and kill targets, right? And that's what he's doing. Now he doesn't have that opportunity, though, because high ground's back to the Fusion.
Oh, yeah. Almost a little overzealous there. Gets tagged up quite a bit. Charge forward from the Fusion. 6 ultimates ready to go. EQO starting things off with that rally. We'll just be handing that armor over.
Neptuno looking for another setup here. They know where he is, but it's hard to counterplay. Here he comes.
That rally's been used from both sides. Carpe up above. They see the shatter coming down. Sound barrier's going to be looking good. And Son, something nice. Carpe away the grab. Perfectly timed D-Matrix, but can they win the fight? Justice trying to hold on. Grab comes in, locks up 1, bombs up over the top. Sunsum looking for the pick. They already get 2. Carpe's going to be taken down by the bomb. Boombox does punish the baby diva, but Corey comes in from behind, just gives him a right click and a punch to the face.
And remember, this is all done after another knockback from Guido, or excuse me, not from Guido, from Neptuno that leads to a Sato shatter, and they're still able to turn the fight around. Great coordination for the Justice. Corey is absolutely killing it on the Zarya. 1,500 hero damage ahead at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's still got high energy. This is still a problem.
Yeah, he's going to be taking shots from across the side. Almost isolates out Boombox. Now going to be stunned up. Bomb from Poco. Not going to find anything. Sato going to be taken down in the meantime. Sunsum comes up with the kill. And the sound barrier from Neptuno a bit too late to save him. Guido will be taken out. Neptuno trying to claw their way back in here.
This engagement was one of those Will Smith question mark moments where you're like, I don't know what the Fusion was trying to do there. Huge disconnect between Sato and Poco there on the attack, and Justice just sweep up the kills, and Corey gets another grab out of this as well. This is going to be a practically free push right now as EQO is forced into this house. Will drop down.
Drops down. Look at Giannis, who stuns him. Can't get the shield out. The Shatter comes in. Sada doesn't help lock them up. 2 kills going over to the Fusion. Showing signs of life now on this defense.
I will say, you know, Sato has often been a little bit far forward. He's often been caught, but the combo setups to get his shatters down have been so good. Whether it's EQO setting it up with a bash, or it's going to be Poco, setting it up to try to turn his shield, for example. There's a lot of different ways we're seeing it. Neptuno knocking Giannis into the air. These shatters from Sato have actually gained so much value, and these really complex setups. The Fusion regain control of this map. Once again.
Here we go again. Yeah, just knocking them off the high ground this time, but they push forward into the cave. They find Phozix. So no Lucio for the Justice. I have to try to reset. Giannis going in deep. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knew the fight was over. Probably just wanted to get a little bit more ult charge.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents, as they say. You know, I feel like this was a map that Justice could have come in with a better time bank in, but Neptuno's really set up these plays. The ult combos have been good. And now, you know, worrying about completion here for Justice is the high ground still to Carpe. Neptuno just roaming around. Very annoying, very difficult to counterplay as well. These Lucio setups cannot be hit. He cannot be targeted where he's standing right now.
Well, they're not going to come out the door that he was hoping, so not able to knock anybody down to the low ground. Giannis is going to be opting into that position. Goes forward, trying to get that cart rolling, but Fusion have a chokehold here at the moment. Paquito opens things up, gets rid of Carpe. Now no grab in the fight for the Fusion. Poco, however, takes away Corey's. So even footing at the moment you would expect. Shatter comes down. Transcendence instantly in from Guido, trying to keep everybody alive. Sato's going to be eliminated. Boombox under fire. Will be taken down. Knows that he's got to hold on to that Transcendence. They can get a last-second contest on this card before it hits B.
You know, the big but here, though, for Washington Justice, you know, they just but Guido used his trance once again in a one fight, absolutely unnecessary there, and Carpe's got a grab online. I don't know if they're going to be able to get B here because the Fusion have exactly the tools they need. Phozix is the only support ultimate they're going to get, and they may have to use it early.
Giannis is up onto the high ground. Shatter ready to go. Drops his way back down. Boombox forced to use that Transcendence. Carpe holding on. Guido going to be taken down. Poco just finds the kill. And they push their way over. Otto going lower and lower. Sound barrier is going to be out, answering from Phozix. Catches everyone. Keeps them alive. Now they need Guido to arrive. The Shatter comes in from Giannis, but it's not going to find anything. Shield is up. Sato breaks it. Or blocks it, rather.
Yep. Okay, look
inside.
Look at
last
the
second
here.
attempt.
They have to tag it. And this is rough.
Giannis
going to get caught off.
Boombox dangerously low. Sunsum goes into the back, but gets sunned up. Likely going to be knocked down. The bomb is going to be there. Sato finds a pin onto Corey. Gets rid of him. Dumps in the self-destruct. Sunsum going to be making it back into the max, but they need so much more than that to make it to B. It seems like Fusion will have done it. Their defense on this final stretch, the latter half of Route 66, has been utterly fantastic. As they drain that massive time bank away from the Justice, and they shut down their hopes of forcing them at 5. 3-1, and victory goes to the Fusion.
Even though Washington Justice came in with what I feel is their best match so far of the season, the support line with Boombox back in the roster, the setups from Neptuno, too much to handle for the Washington Justice. Fusion looking a little bit shaky to start, but the end was clean. And it's just so tough to deal with those Lucio plays on Route 66. Neptuno was hitting them almost every time. For the Justice, I think this map, the series, they definitely look back on and show improvement. When they rewatch this VOD, they're going to say, look at how much better we played in our starting match on week 3 than we did in weeks 2 and weeks 1.
Yeah. I mean, taking a look at both teams as well, ult timing, something that really has to be considered. A lot of ults used what seemed like, very unnecessarily, but roughly done. But they get the victory here for the Fusion. Justice, I think they can feel good about this in the end. There is clear improvement in this series. For the Fusion, having Boombox back seems like it was a bit of a slow start, but they finally did hit that point where they looked very comfortable.
Yeah, certainly true. I have to say, if Guido can tighten up his Transcendence timings and, we can see a little bit less panic there, I feel like Justice can certainly start to take some series. It's not another Shanghai Dragons from the inaugural season. That is not what we are seeing here with this team. I think they are going to bounce back.
Well, not even possible, because only 28 matches they have to play, so they can't possibly beat that record. And I know that they don't want to. So it's on the right track right now, it would seem, for the Justice. So we'll have to see how they continue to evolve and improve as we go deeper into stage 1. There's only a couple weeks remaining, really. We're already at week 3. Feels so weird. It's flying by. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights here from the latter half of the set, starting off with Anubis. Some more great moments. I mean, Justice looking like they were going to be able to get that completion on B, but they just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, you know, there's some issues here. I feel like when we're looking at the Washington Justice, this is a huge moment here where he not only hits Sato, but then there's no way to block the shield as all the rest members trying to get behind Sato's shield. He's pushed away. There's a lot of potential in Giannis. I feel like this is one of those moments where you know, those who criticize him, everyone will point to this game where he had some really, you know, precise moments, some precise fights. But the issues for the Justice come in their targeting. We talked about it from the beginning of the map. Fusion is just so much better at identifying this target's weak. We're going to kill this player. You know, sometimes it's Kha'Zix who dies first when he gets put low. Then on Route 66, I mean, this map was practically theirs on the defense of A. Corey absolutely dominating, having high ground control, out-energying and out-damaging Carpe for the majority of the map. It's when we got past this that it feels like the Washington Justice started to crumble. Things didn't go according to plan, and they were just not able to adapt on the fly.
I mean, think how differently things could have been if that Shatter maybe got to go through, but crucial shutdown with the stun denies that away. The full hold does not come through. And the Justice, they do suffer another loss. But again, looking better. Have to see how they do in the future. But let's go ahead and take a look at who our player of the match is, presented by Omen by HP. And it's going to be Carpe.
Look, you know, we were talking a lot about the support players. We talked a lot about Sato's Shatters, but the core here is still Carpe. And, you know, not everyone wants to hear about the Zaryas in this meta, but he was the one doing the big damage, setting up these grabs, punishing Guido for missing trance in a lot of situations, including this one to set up for Poco's bomb. And, you know, these are the winning moments, right? As much as we want to talk about the small, little, subtle things, Neptuno, etc., it's Carpe who comes up big.
Yeah, 47 final blows, 100 high energy kills. Average energy could, you know, bump that up a little bit here, but there was some hot and cold moments for the Fusion overall, but a very good performance from Carpe, which is what we can kind of always expect from him. He is still a very much top-level player for the Fusion. But guys, we're not done yet. We're just getting started here with the week, with the day. We're going to have the Dynasty going up against the Uprising when we come back from the breaks. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered.